Hey my beautiful Taurus peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your mid-July 2022 tarot reading. How are you? I hope you guys are well. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on into this and we'll see what's up, baby. What messages do we got showing up here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout their mid-July 2022? What information can we provide here, please, for the zodiacs of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus during their mid-July 2022 check-in? Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. First card out, we do have here the Five of Pentacles. Typically the card of feeling left out in the cold. It could be the energy of feeling in lack right now. Something might feel like it's missing, or maybe you don't feel like you have the tools that you need to be able to have the ability to manifest something. So that could be an energy showing up for a few of you. Looking at the next card, we do got the Seven of Pentacles. So that's pretty interesting right there, because that's a pretty big jump going from the 5 to the 7. Because the 5 of Pentacles is, I don't have what I need, I don't have the tools to succeed. And then the 7 of Pentacles is about getting started. It's about planting those seeds so that in the future you have the ability to harvest them. Moving on to the last two overall energies for your second half of the month, we have here the World card, and we have here the King of Pentacles. I feel a massive game changer coming in here for you guys. It's going to be a pretty game-changing month moving throughout mid-July 2022. King of Pentacles is about getting on top of yourself and making sure what it is you're doing is everything you need to be doing. I feel like you're going to be very structured here to the point where it jumps you into a whole new world, guys. I love that for you. The World card showing up over here, whole new beginning, whole new type of energy. It's definitely different than what you were in, which was that Five of Pentacles. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Well, Five of Pentacles, like I said, energy of being left out in the cold, not feeling like you have the tools to be able to manifest what you want. And then now, moving into a Seven of Pentacles, you're over here getting started. So Taurus, something's going to change here. That's going to pull you out of that Five of Pentacles right into the 7. And the moment that you start planting the seeds, excuse me, sorry about that, guys. The moment you start planting the seeds that you really want, you start to make sure that you're in the position where you're ready to harvest them. So I definitely feel like your mentality switching here. You're moving to a much more brighter and positive mental state. I do feel here with the Seven of Pentacles as well, just showing up over here, just getting started has released you from feeling like you were stagnant and that you didn't have what you needed, right? Because most people start with nothing. Most people do start at the Five of Pentacles when you really think about it. You know, for example, I needed to start somewhere when it came towards creating this YouTube channel, and of course when it came to being a tarot reader. You know, I couldn't start from scratch without ever having my first deck, right? Without having my first deck, I would have been in the Five of Pentacles energy. So I was there at one point, right? I didn't have the tools I needed to do the readings I wanted to do. So what I did was I took action. Seven of Pentacles. I decided to create the YouTube channel because I was interested in doing that. Well, first I got the tarot deck, then I made the YouTube channel. But either way, you guys see what I'm talking about, right? I was in that place where I didn't have the tools, so I bought the tools. And then I started to sprout the seed, which was creating the channel. And by doing so, I stood on top of it. I committed to it. I learned about it. I invested into it. And in time, it grew. So we all start at that Five of Pentacles energy. It's just going to be, are you going to keep saying you don't have the tools, or are you going to go out there and get them? That's what it really comes down to. What it really comes down to is action, right? So I do see you guys here getting started, which is marvelous. Love to see it for you, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and check out your surroundings and see what's going on over there. What's going to be going on here in Taurian surroundings, please, throughout mid-July 2022, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What information do we have on that? What's going to be going on here in Taurian surroundings throughout mid-July 2022? Having a look here at the first card out, we do got here the Page of Wands. So very, very big fire energy. Page of Wands is about feeling passionate, interest, tons and tons of interest. So I do feel like whatever it is that you've been wanting here, whether it's a certain type of career path you wanted to follow up on, so on and so forth, you are showing huge signs of interest, huge signs of investment. Usually when we become very passionate about what it is we want, it's a lot easier to manifest it because we are enjoying the process of what it is we're doing. Moving on to the next card, Taurus, we do got here the Four of Cups. Moving on forward to that, let's get two more cards. We also have here the Eight of Cups, and we got here the Moon card. Yeah, for sure. So in reference to your environment, it's like I needed to abandon the people who didn't have their emotions and who didn't have their passion and who didn't necessarily have their heart in their lives and what it is they wanted and what it is they were looking forward to. You know, when we're in an environment of people who are not on the same wavelength we're on, unfortunately, sometimes that environment can influence us, especially if we're in that environment on a daily basis. You know, the more you surround yourself with people who are unmotivated, the more unmotivated you usually tend to feel. The more you surround yourself around people who are very drama-filled, the more drama-filled you tend to become. That's why we always have to be mindful of the certain types of environments we're surrounded by, because they can play a role in influencing us. So looking at the environment that you guys are dealing with here, Page of Wands, Four of Cups, it does feel to me like you've been surrounded by people who are uninterested and don't really have their emotions in it to win it. Whereas for you, Taurus, you have a lot of interest with that Page of Wands. You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of passion for certain things in your life that you want to see grow and succeed. And it just seems to me like the environment that you were kind of put in, it didn't put you in a position to grow and expand those types of interests. In a way, it kind of dimmed down those interests to the point where you felt like, you know what? Five of Pentacles, I don't have the tools that I need to make these interests come to life, and I don't have the motivation to make it happen, and I feel like I'm just not really as connected to what I was interested in as I previously was. So you were definitely in some sort of environment that was dimming your shine. For some of you, that environment could be your work. Maybe the job you guys worked at kind of took all the energy out of you. It took the fun out of it. It took the fun out of what you really wanted to do. And it drained you to the point where you didn't feel like you had any energy left to even be interested in other things. Maybe you were dealing with a non-supportive family. Some of you guys, that could be your environment. Maybe you have a family who constantly critiques what it is you do, judge what it is you do. And if they don't approve, you'll hear it forever. Could be a relationship partner, romantic partner, who constantly kind of dimmed down your thoughts, ideas, and what you were passionate about and motivated towards. And, it sucks because you were in essentially some sort of environment that was blowing out your flame. So as you're becoming aware of this in mid-July 2022, it's like, yeah, that is probably one of the biggest things that's been influencing me to not start and to not take action to what I want. And I need something here to change. So I do feel like you'll probably be making lots of changes to your environment at this time. Let's see what's going to go on here with Taurian's environment. Are they going to make changes accordingly? Let's have a look at that. What's going to be going on here with Taurian's environment? How are they going to respond and react to their environment? We got here the Six of Cups, and we also got here the Two of Wands. Yeah, you're going to be taking a look here at how your environment's been affecting you. You're going to use your past as a reference here. So you might take a look into your past and see if your environment's played a role in you missing out on opportunities previously. And based upon all that information, you're making a choice here. Let's go ahead and get one more card. And we got here the Ten of Cups. Yeah, I think the choice that it all boils down to, Taurus, is what is going to be the most ultimate fulfillment for me? Am I truly happy and impressed with the environment that I have? Is the environment that I'm dealing with truly supporting my goals and supporting my aspirations? Or is it really just me only supporting myself? And honestly, when it comes down to it, guys, the support that you have for yourselves is all that you ever really need. I know that we live in a world sometimes where we feel like we need to have this sense of validation from other people because we're, taught to be that way, right? Sometimes. I think that in our upbringing, we're taught to rely on the validation of other people. But what we tend to learn the older we get is that the validation of ourselves is really what's most important. So I think a lot of you guys are going to look at your environment here, and whether or not you take action and you cut them out or you just start to ignore them, essentially, you're going to get to that point where you're now thinking about what you want for yourself, and you're becoming the person who's influencing yourself. You're not allowing any more of these external influences to influence you. And it's not even like you've tried to let your environment influence you here. For example, going back to the fact or the example of being at a job that just really dims your shine. We have a choice here. We can let this job continue to dim our shine because it's so draining and it's a toxic working environment. And, this is a job where people go and have their dreams die. You ever hear about that with certain jobs? They're like, yeah, if you want to work that job, that's where you go, where your dreams go to die. We could look at it in that very intense type of perception, or we could say, you know what? I'm going to ride out this job so that I'm making money, but I'm not going to let it have any more power or influence over me in my life. I'm going to go there, I'm going to show up, I'm going to do my work, but I'm not going to let that influence what I'm really passionate about and what I want to do. You know, another great thing I heard the other day, I'm not sure if this really applies to the reading, but I just want to throw it out there for any of you because I think it's a really great thing to talk about, is how people always live their lives for the weekend. I was totally one of those people, man, where people would just constantly do everything that they needed to do. They would go to work, they would come home, they would rest, and it's like they wouldn't want to go out on a Wednesday. They wouldn't want to do something fun on a Wednesday. They'd be like, I'll save it for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know? And it's like, if we always are living our lives only looking forward to the weekend, then we're not enjoying our everyday experience. So just throwing that out there, Taurus, if you find that maybe you're one of those people where you're always living your life for the weekend, try to get out of that habit and live your life for today. You know, today right now, at the time of recording this video, it's Tuesday. You know, it's a Tuesday. Go have fun. After work, go do something crazy. Go mini golfing, right? Why not? I mean, they're kind of expensive. I don't know about y'all, man. Mini golf, where I'm at, very expensive. But hey, go mini golfing if you want to. Go go-karting, okay? Go see a movie that's in theaters, right? Do something fun and spontaneous. Because the more we start living for the now, instead of only relying on the weekend, dude, the funner life gets. So that's just a message there. Maybe somebody needs to hear it. Maybe they don't. But regardless here, Taurian, you're really choosing to focus on self-validation moving throughout the rest of your mid-July. Now let's have a check-in with your personal feelings. I want to go ahead and get some information on that. Tell me about Taurian's personal feelings here. Moving throughout mid-July 2022, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's go ahead and look. First card out, we got the Page of Swords. Moving on to the next card for you, we also got here the Sun card. And then lastly for you, Taurian, we also have here the Ten of Wands, and we got here the Judgment card. Yeah, so having a look at your personal feelings, this is what it really all boils down to. You know, Page of Swords here to the Sun card, it's like, I can watch my happiness, and this is going to sound morbid, guys, but bear with me. I can watch my happiness disintegrate from a distance, or I can choose to embrace it and feel it and love it and be connected to it as much as possible. Because the thing is, Taurus, is that we have a choice every day, right? We can choose to do what makes us happy, and we can choose to ignore what makes us happy. You know, every day we have that conscious choice that we have the ability to make. And I feel here for you, Taurus, you're choosing that here with the Judgment card. It's like, I need to give myself this opportunity to not put what I want on the back burner and to not let external things have so much influence over what I want to do, you know? The more that we keep letting the external life of other people, other situations influence what we do today, the more it's going to dim our shine on our lives. And you don't want to be in that Ten of Wands energy. You don't want to be drained. You don't want to be burdened. You don't want to be unhappy with what you're doing and how you're living. You want to be living your best life, you know? So for Taurians here, looking at your personal feelings, I think you're recognizing I'm at a Two of Wands type of moment, which popped up earlier. I have to choose to live my happy life, or I have to choose to accept the life that's been given to me and not do anything about it, you know? I could sit here and live the life that was given to me and continue riding it out and doing, you know, what I got to do, or I can choose to change it and focus on what I want and focus on what I'm passionate about and to really put a lot of work and effort in. And that's exactly what you're doing, by the way, because showing in the original lineup of the overall energy is Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, World card. You know, what we talked about, guys, is that you're going from a space of feeling like you didn't have anything to succeed. You didn't have any of the tools you needed to get started and to do what you wanted to do. And then you move into the energy of the Seven of Pentacles, where you're planting your seeds. Then the King of Pentacles, where you're motivated, you're on top of yourself, you're working super hard. And then the World card. It's like, I feel like I'm in a whole new world now because I'm living my life how I want to, you know? So really, really wonderful, man. Let's go ahead and see what you can expect going forward throughout the rest of your mid-July 2022. What can my Tauruses expect going forward, please, throughout the rest of their month here? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. First card out, we do got here the Eight of Swords. Moving on to the next one for you, we also got here the Ace of Cups. What I would say with these two cards paired together is Eight of Swords to the Ace of Cups. Eight of Swords, energy of overthinking a little bit, energy of worries. You know, at the end of the day, what you can expect going forward is to be a little bit worried. I think everybody's going to be worried when it comes towards doing something that maybe they were a little doubtful of in the past, right? Like I said in the beginning of this video, Taurus, this might be stuff that you've put on the back burner coming back around this second half of the month that you're giving a second chance to. And maybe you're scared to fail. Maybe you're scared to not win. But whether you win or fail is besides the point. The point is trying, man. The point is giving something your all and going for it, because you never know what direction or what way it'll turn out. So the fact that you're at least trying here, I think, is important. And at the end of the day here with the Ace of Cups, I feel like what you're going to come to terms with is that I should just focus on enjoying the process as much as I can. And that's where that Ace of Cups comes into play. It's like, I want to live a life in where I'm doing what it is I love. I need to stop basing my life on whether I fail or succeed, but more so base my life on, am I enjoying the experience that I'm having? Am I loving what it is I'm doing? Because success will come when we love what it is that we do. It's inevitable. And failure will come in certain situations as well, but failure is nothing more than a realization of, hey, maybe I had a mistake. Let's learn what we can learn from it, and let's correct it, right? And failure can also come in a format that shows us maybe something isn't for us, but there's other things out there that maybe we should focus our attention to. So there's always a lesson in losing. There's a lesson in failing. It's not something that's supposed to be the end-all be-all, but it's supposed to be either the motivation to come back stronger or the realization that it's time to get redirected. So with the Ace of Cups over here, I feel like, and with the Eight of Swords, by the way, I feel like this is the vibe of what you can expect going forward is, you might feel a little nervous here, you might be overthinking a lot, but then you're going to realize, I got to stop thinking about winning or losing, failing or succeeding, but more so focusing on just doing what I love. Because that's what it really all boils down to, man. Having a look here at two more cards, Taurus, we also got here the Nine of Swords, and we got here the Three of Wands. I think what's killing you is not knowing the clear path of what your future is going to be. I think there's a lot of anxiety surrounding that, guys. You know, whether this month you're attempting to start a business that is a little risky, whether or not you're attempting here to start living your truth that maybe you've buried for a while. I don't know. At the end of the day, I mean, I don't know shit, guys, to put it bluntly, right? It's your life, right? But I can only give you the general gist of what's going on. It's different for everybody, but you know, there's just, I do see a lot of fear here of not knowing like what your future is going to be, but don't worry so much about that, right? Because the only moment that is truly ever going to be the most important moment in your life is the present moment. You know, the past, it already happened. You can't change it. The future, that's what's being created right now in your present moment. And by the time you get to the future, it's still going to be your present moment as well. So what I would say is try not to focus too much and worry too much about what your future is going to be. If you're loving the process of what you're doing right now, then you're creating a solid future. All right, Taurus? All right, guys. So before we go to the outcome here, just to give you an overall synopsis of this reading, this is wonderful. This is a huge transformation of going from a place where you felt incredibly unconfident, where you felt like your shine was very dimmed. You know, you were dealing with an environment that did not support you, or maybe you were dealing with an environment that just influenced you based on how they personally acted. And at the end of the day, you felt like you didn't have the tools you needed to get started in something in your life. And you're recognizing that everybody now started at the Five of Pentacles, inevitably, right? Everybody started with nothing. And if you wanted to get something, you had to plant those seeds, you had to stay on top of it, and you had to work towards it. And now that you're in that mentality where you're giving yourself this chance to just keep on doing what it is you actually love, and you're choosing happiness in your life, and you're making the choices that you feel are right for you, and no longer making the choices depending on what other people might say, you know, you're really truly living for you. And that's all that matters, guys. And success will come with that, for sure. Because just living for you guys is very successful, okay? So I'm really happy for you. This is a beautiful reading, guys, and I really hope you've been enjoying it so far. Hopping on in now to your overall outcome, let's see what we got. What's going to be the overall outcome here for Team Taurus, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-July 2022. What is going to be the overall outcome here for the zodiac signs of Taurus? Let's take a look. And we got here the Ace of Pentacles. I love it for you, man, because what you have gained this entire month now is an opportunity. And the opportunity that you've gained is a doorway to a new beginning, to a new world, and into a new life. That Ace of Pentacles is huge, man. It does feel very good. Let's get one more card here for your outcome. And we also got here the Six of Wands, which is the card of success, but also it's the card of a great journey ahead. You know, it also is a card too that's depicted in this tarot deck as a battle that's been won. If you take a look here at the Six of Wands, this person is victorious. They have won this battle that has been very, very difficult for them to deal with. So from what I'm seeing here for you guys, moving into the rest of your July, you're going to be feeling incredibly happy with the choices and decisions you've decided to make here at the mid-month mark. And you're going to be feeling pretty on top of the world here with that Six of Wands. You feel victorious. You're like, shit, I'm really doing this, you know? Goodbye, misery. Hello, happiness. Goodbye, misery. Hello, doing what it is that I love. Goodbye, not feeling good enough. hello confidence. You know, there's a lot of good stuff here happening here for you, and just seeing your mentality expand into something so much more positive and so much more confident, the transformation here is truly beautiful to witness, you know? So I'm happy, guys. I love it, man. Taurus, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If it does resonate to you, please let me know down in the comments down below. For those, excuse me, hold on a second. Sorry about that, Taurus. Unfortunately, I had a cough attack before I could close off the rest of your reading, but nonetheless, if you're new here, please do consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate that. And with that being said, guys, take care. Have a fantastic time. Thank you for being here, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.